lot of people out there. Seeing all these faces, some of them familiar, others not as much. It just makes me realize how much my dad was loved. Also kind of makes me remember how much he loved a good party. If he could see firsthand everybody that came here to be here for him today, I know he'd be thrilled. So I want to thank you all on his behalf for coming out, honoring his memory, and just being here with us today. It means a lot to me, it means a lot to my mom and our extended family that's here with us, so thank you. Unfortunately for all of you though, I have inherited my dad's ability to babble, so I really hope you don't have anywhere to be, because I got you till like at least 8 o'clock. Okay, it's not gonna be that bad, I promise. I'll spare you from Yawn Fest 2013. I will keep it brief, but I really could probably go on for hours with everything that Dad and I had together. On that note, those of you who knew me and my father personally, you knew the kind of great relationship we had. But it wasn't always like that. In fact, I think it started probably how most teenage boys and their fathers start out, little something like this. I swear there were a couple of years there in my teens where Dad and I must have butted heads about just about everything. Now I mention this primarily because most of you out here in the crowd have to have had a good enough relationship with my dad to know was a very opinionated man, to put it politely. And he voiced his opinion pretty regularly, a quality I also inherited from him. However, the element with my dad that I don't think anybody could argue is if he had a point, if there was logic behind what he was saying, you couldn't fight it. There was no way of going against it. And as a kid, I always kind of kept it in the back of my mind. Oh yeah, whatever, old man. And when I went in private, I always thought, he's probably right about that. And it was that quality, really, that led him to become my best friend and my confidant in my grown adult life. I went to him for anything. It had to have been around 17, 18 years old when I truly made that realization. And from that point on, I had maintained a very close, very steady relationship with him. When I moved out to Pennsylvania 5 years ago, we talked over the phone almost every single day. It didn't matter what it was. Bad day at work, gave him a call. It was a little success in my life, shot him a text message. He knew everything that was going on. And on that note, he always had something to say. He always had something, usually positive, motivational. If it was something that I was talking about that was negative, he had a spin on it to keep me going. And truthfully, that's going to be the biggest adjustment for me. But at the same time, one of the biggest motivating forces is that he always, always inspired me to do my best, better than my best. He was always so openly proud of my accomplishments and kept pushing me to do more and more. Not in any sort of negative, forceful sense, of course. It was always something that was very uplifting and inspirational to me. And in having done that, I think he passed something on to me that's a very difficult thing to do. He got me ready to be a strong, upstanding man who can lead us good, quality life in the world. And it might have been unwitting on his part, honestly. He might have just been doing his thing, but he really imparted that to me. And going forward from today, as I always have, I'm gonna just keep on pushing in his memory, keep on getting better, living a good name, keep the Samarco name untarnished, as it were. And to that end, that's where I'm going to miss him the most, is just that I know he'll be looking down and seeing it. I would have loved to have, as we all would, more years, more time, but that gets into be a little bit more of the selfish end. He's in a great place now, very much at peace, and I know he is happy to be looking down on all of us today. So, goodbye, Pop. I'm going to miss you and I love you. And thank everybody for coming here today, listening to me babble for a few minutes. Appreciate that very much.